If your bathroom is looking basic and boring and you want it to give it luxury, well, you're gonna love today's video because I'm showing you how to upgrade your bathroom under $100. These are all tricks that are gonna work in your small bathroom to make it look massive and luxurious, and you're not gonna break the bank, don't worry. Before we get into it though, I'd love it if you smash that subscribe button, but let's head into the bathroom. So trick number one is to go for tall mirrors in the bathroom. So in the bathroom, we normally have a nice long mirror. That's what our bathrooms come with, but they're really easy to remove. You just use some painter's tape to pop it off. Then I want you to go with floor length mirrors. So they can be wall mirrors, but floor length mirrors. I'm saying at least 4 feet, ideally 5 feet. 6 feet would be better if you do have the ceiling space, but this is going to help stretch that bathroom. Therefore, it's going to reflect any light, any natural light that you have, and help that space appear larger than it is, because mirrors help reflect empty space. So if there's space to reflect, you definitely want the mirrors to be there. I found these ones, these are just $35 a piece, and they're going to give you that nice stretched tall look that I'm talking about. Even in my own bathroom, I first decided to go with an arch mirror because I love the shape of it, but it made the bathroom look really short. Well, when I switched to these tall mirrors, they just drew the eyes upward and it totally transformed the space. The next design trick to making your bathroom look luxurious under $100 is to fill the shadows. So in bathrooms, we have a lot of shadows. Maybe it's from our toilet, maybe it's from shelving, maybe it's from our vanity. There is a lot of dark and dingy space. Now, the caveat to this one is you need to make sure the space is clean before you light it, but I want you to add spotlights wherever you can. So in that corner behind your toilet, I want you to add a battery operated spotlight. And that area next to your vanity, I want you to add a spotlight. Underneath your vanity, if there's a lip or if it is a floating vanity, I want you to add peel and stick light bars. I want you to illuminate all of the empty space available. This is going to diminish the shadows and therefore help the space appear larger than it actually is, or maybe not even larger than it actually is. It is just going to allow you to appreciate the entirety of that bathroom. So any dark corners where you could have storage, where you could be using that space, but it's just too dim to be functional right now, I want you to add spotlights so that you can reclaim that area. This is also a great way to uplight any decor you choose to put in your bathroom. So in my bathroom, I decided that I wanted to do a little table and a shelf, and the way to really help illuminate that, instead of doing something motion centered on my toilet, because honestly, I think that would just get irritating, I went this direction. And in general, to make your bathroom feel luxurious, you want to flood it with lighting. So your bathroom should have a lot of daylight lighting, which means a higher degree Kelvin, because you want it to be bright, because you are doing tasks in your bathroom. You are, shaving your legs, you are putting on makeup, you're doing fine tasks where we want to be able to pay attention to detail. With that being said, we also want mood lighting because we don't want it to look like it's a serial killer's bathroom, or at least I don't want mine to look like a serial killer's bathroom. Luxury is not synonymous with serial killer, okay? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're still going to have that daylight light with our overhead lights, but we're also going to add lighting in every opportunity possible. So we're going to have those spotlights that I mentioned. We are also going to have sconces. We're going to have waterproof lighting. I have this waterproof lamp that can sit on my countertop and therefore add really nice illumination there, but it's also safe to go in my shower. So I can use it in my shower, illuminate my shower, give myself a nice like little moody spa vibe without breaking the bank and without having to do any electrical wiring. So I think this is super duper helpful. Another great way to add lighting to your bathroom is just to have plug-in sconce night lights. I love these because they only turn on when it's dark. It gives you that nice moody vibe. You can shower in the dark if you're trying to get that spa vibe, and it makes it easy to maneuver into the bathroom at nighttime without having to turn on all of your lights. I also like to have candles in the bathroom. I think they're nice and moody, and they also fill the bathroom with a really lovely scent. Now, not everybody loves candles in the bathroom because they forget to turn them off and things like that, but you definitely want to fill your bathroom with a scent if you want it to feel luxurious and you want to upgrade it on a budget, because scent is so powerful. I don't care who you are, you don't want your bathroom to smell like bathroom, okay? Because nothing anyone does in the bathroom smells good. So of course you can have your poo-pourri and things like that, but I also want you to have a signature scent in the bathroom just like we do in every other part in the home. I personally like to use eucalyptus in the bathroom because eucalyptus reminds me of spas and also just helps open up your sinuses and all of those things that I think you'd want to do in the bathroom as opposed to somewhere else. I even use like a shower mist, so I have an essential oil diffuser and that diffuses that scent. I also have candles that are eucalyptus scented. I have eucalyptus scented body wash, and then I also have a shower mist I think this is fantastic because it's way cheaper than those like vapor tabs, and it's a great way to fill the entire room. You just spray it in the shower and it just fills the space with the scent, and it lingers for hours and hours and hours. So this is a more affordable way to kind of get the effect of the essential oil without having to have the electricity plugged in all the time and without having to invest in a diffuser. Now in the bathroom, you want to get creative with any items that you bring into the bathroom because they need to be multi-purpose. We are not talking about vast, expansive bathrooms. I am blessed enough to have a decently sized bathroom, but I want to share tips that are widely applicable for everyone. So in your bathroom, when you're choosing things like your toilet paper stand, your towel warmer, I want you to think about how we can improve the utility of these items. So when it comes to choosing your toilet paper stand, don't just choose the most generic one. I want you to choose one that has a tabletop. It can be a totally closed system that perhaps you put a tray on top of or something to use it as a tabletop space. You can also get a toilet paper stand that just has a tabletop and then the toilet paper sits on the side. That's what I have. So it holds my toilet paper, but it also holds a candle. It can hold your phone if you like to watch TV while you're sitting on the toilet. I'm not above saying that, okay? We're human and we like to do things that humans do. If you need an extra place for whatever else it is you like to bring into the bathroom, this is a nice stand for that, and it's a great opportunity to place decor somewhere because we don't often want to use up a valuable space on our vanity for decor because the vanity is very, very precious space, and we'll talk about that shortly. So be sure to keep on watching if you're liking today's video. But be very intentional with the toilet paper stands you use, even the squatty potty. So I think squatty potties are ugly, so I chose one that was acrylic so that it blended into this space so that we would have the utility of the squatty potty without it detracting from my overall design. But I still incorporated something that I view as very, very valuable for our space. Now with your towel warmer, if that's something that you choose to do, one, you don't need a towel warmer, you can just use your dryer. So that's a great way to save space in your bathroom. But if you are a towel warmer lover like I am, choose one that is tall and narrow as opposed to a big boxy one or one that needs to sit on the countertop, because again, it's going to eat up the countertop space and it's going to be an eyesore. You want something that's tall and narrow so you can strategically place it like in a corner in the shadow, so it's not something that you see front and center. This also allows you to have another storage opportunity because you can store towels and things in the towel warmer. So you can just take things out of the laundry, your slippers, your bonnet, your pajamas, and stick them right in there instead of putting them in your drawers so that they're always ready to be warmed right after they come out of the dryer. So you can just plug in your towel warmer and go. So at least it becomes more of a storage item, and it makes it so that you're always getting your clothes nice and warmed as opposed to something that maybe you end up forgetting to use because you haven't pre-loaded it. Another way to upgrade your bathroom under $100 is just to be intentional about where you place your towels. So I actually made a huge mistake here. I turned this entire wall into a wall for towels, and I really didn't need that because there's just two people who shower here. What you actually want to do is you want to hide your towels behind the door. So wherever the door swings, that's where I want you to put your towels. I don't want you to put your towels on the door because they tend to overwhelm the door. They make it difficult to close. You can probably see them when the door is open. I don't like that. Instead, I want you to hide those towels behind the door. I got these peel and stick towel hooks. I think they're more than sufficient. I don't think you need to drill into the wall for your towel hooks because your towels just aren't that heavy. And I just hid these behind the wall. They're really nice and sleek and flat. And then I just put artwork above them. So whenever you're putting something functional in your bathroom, you want to pair it with something decorative. So towels are functional, towel hooks are functional. I paired them with wall sculpture. That is a great way to kind of balance the practical and the pretty. Now that brings me to a really, really excellent point, and that is artwork. So you should have artwork in your bathroom. You just want to make sure that it's steam safe. You want to consider wall sculpture. You want to consider art that is printed on canvas. So you actually don't want something embellished for once. You want something that really just feels like plastic so that the steam is not going to warp it, because steam will warp your artwork and it's going to be absolutely devastating. You can also opt for really cheap prints. That's what I did. I got this really, really luxe looking frame off of Amazon. I love the double matting of it. And then I just printed out something from Etsy. I used some leftover fabric as kind of like a mat, and I just put it above this wall shelf. It was a great way to get art without me being worried about it being ruined, because the art itself was like $4 and printing it was free because I just used my at-home printer. Now, the only real way to have a really luxurious bathroom though is to be very well organized. So organization is the bane of my existence. So I had to find an organization solution that was going to be practical for me. And I found these ones from IKEA of all places. And I've been able to maintain this for a month, which doesn't seem like a long time, but for me, that's revolutionary, because I'm the queen of just throwing stuff in there. It just does have individual compartments for all of your makeup, all of your Q-tips, all of those little things. And it allowed me to really see all the things I was using on my vanity and put them all in my drawers, because the organization system is just so beautifully thought out. I think a lot of organizers are just like basic clear containers and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna put this on my countertop. This isn't helping. this is so individually organized that I think it was able to allow me to take things off my vanity and put them in my drawers. That is another great hack for upgrading your bathroom on a budget. So a lot of bathrooms just have like cabinet space, but I want you to add drawers when you can. So you can get these peel and stick drawers. I have them in my kitchen, but you can add them in your bathroom. Having drawers, adding another shelf and adding the pull-out drawers is really going to open up your bathroom for you, because you're going to be able to see what you have and use all of that vertical space that ends up being wasted. I know you normally have like your pipes and stuff there, but there still is some space where you could add a shelf and do something pull out. I think if we get more creative with how we're using our organization underneath our cabinetry, the happier we'll be. And if you want some hacks on how you can kind of expand your cabinetry on a budget, I think you're really going to love my most recent hacks video. So click here to go check it out. I've got some crazy hacks in there that absolutely blew my mind and actually work. Another way I get creative with storage solutions is I accept the fact that I do have to have storage, but I choose storage that's cute. So open shelving is not something I want you to add a ton of to your bathroom because it can look ugly, it can really easily get cluttered, but 1 or 2 shelves can really help. So I was finding that my shower proper was getting really cluttered with shower products. You don't use every single shower product every single day. So I took a few of them that I use maybe once a week and I put those on an open shelf, and I keep the ones that I use every single day in my shower. It was able to just really open up my space and help it look a little bit less cluttered. And then I'm just using those items as decor and I'm balancing them out with some other decor on this open shelf. But I chose an open shelf that isn't just a basic one. It's metal. It reifies the metal I already have in my bathroom. And it has this nice bar on it, which I think elevates it a little bit and gives it a luxe look. This one actually comes in 3 different colors: gold, black, and silver. And it took me less than 5 minutes to install, and I was very, very impressed with the quality. But choosing open shelving like this that has just like a little bit more of a design flair, this is definitely Arita inspired, is going to be a better option than your basic lac floating shelf. Plus, when you add a floating shelf that has a bar, it's going to actually help keep your things sequestered so that they're not falling off if you accidentally hit them or bump them or anything like that. When you are styling in your bathroom, the best tip I can give you is to balance the practical with the pretty, like I just said. So on one side of the shelf, I have those bath products that I use, 2 or 3 times a week, but not every single day. And on the other side, I have something beautiful. And in the middle, I have practical items, but I have practical items in pretty containers. I use the same containers that I have at my coffee bar. Click here to go check out my coffee bar video. Right here in my bathroom. I just got 2 sets by accident and didn't feel like returning them, but this is really cute. I have items that I use every single day, so Q-tips and cotton rounds, but in really, really pretty containers. And I balance that out with a nice vase and some faux florals. The next way to make any bathroom feel luxurious is to add a real or faux floral. Flowers just liven up a space naturally. You want it to be an arrangement. So I have faux moss stems here, and then I have another type of stem. It just creates a nice contrast and feels very spa-like. Every time I go to a spa, like on vacation, it's always open, it's always exposed to the environment. So we kind of want to bring that into our bathrooms at home and really balance that with that floral scent that we're getting from the eucalyptus. And so while I normally tell you to like style on the periphery or in the middle, I think for your open shelving, I think you can style the entire thing. You just kind of want to film a isosceles triangle when you're styling in the bathroom with your shelving. So you want something anchored above it and then 2 taller items on the side, and then you could have something in the middle, but it isn't the star of the show. So in my case, I have that painting, then I have the plant, and then I have those bath products. It's forming that triangle so that your focus is drawn there and not to the practical items that I have to have in the middle. Another way to make your bathroom feel luxurious is to add wood tones. You don't have to be modern organic to want wood tones. It can be something as simple as the frame. It can be your bath mat. It can be the tools you use in your bath. So it could be like your back scrubber or something like that. It could just be like one base or something like that. But a natural material is really, really important to infuse in a bathroom. It just softens it a little bit because bathrooms are very stone heavy. Now, if you are, totally against wood, it just isn't your style, add a natural stone. So add a travertine. That's what I did. I used travertine as the anchor for everything on my vanity. So for my soap containers, for my clean skin clump towels, I went with travertine based items to add some warmth via that color to make it a little bit more approachable and a little bit less sterile. Now that brings us to our vanity. So I don't think it's possible to have absolutely nothing on your vanity for 99% of people, and that's fine. But the items that you do have on your vanity, you want to sequester them with trays and risers. So if it's a riser for your soap, do that. If it is a tray for all of your toiletries, do that. Having them directly on the countertop is going to be a cleaning nightmare because they're going to have individual like little ring spots. It's going to be more difficult to dust them. This is going to be easier to take everything off, give the countertop a good clean, and just help them see them as a grouping of decor as opposed to, oh my god, this is such a cluttered monstrosity. And everyone likes to keep like their toothbrushes and stuff like that on display, and I think you should put those things in cute containers, but remember, put that as far away from the toilet as possible because toilets can spray, I think it's like 3 feet or like 7 feet or something insane if you don't close the lid. So this is just a way to keep your toothbrushes and like soap and things like that safe while also having other things out on display. I also like to add a lamp or something like that. I don't think the vanity has a lot of space for decor. Hear me when I say that. So the only decor I have on my vanity is like the tray or the container in itself, but all of it is also practical. But I think adding some type of lighting can be really useful for making sure you're seeing what's actually on your vanity and applying makeup and things like that. So that's kind of how I get away with that. And of course, any way to make a bathroom look luxurious is to have light elements. I think you should go dark in your bathroom. I love bold wallpapers in bathrooms. I love dark colors in bathrooms, but you need to have some light and airy element in a bathroom to give it that spa-like vibe, to help it feel a little bit more cozy and to help it feel less sterile. So with your bathroom rug, you can go with a stone bath mat, a diatomaceous earth one. I love those, but I like to go with these ones. This one does not move. When Babe was pregnant, it was really, really important to me that we had something that did not move because I was so afraid of fall risk. It has that nice warm creamy color that was already introduced with the travertine, and it just infuses it on the floor and it really stays in place really nice and beautifully. But when you're choosing your bathroom rugs, only the rug near the shower proper needs to be like water resistant or something like that. The one underneath your vanity can be decorative because you're not wet over there. So use your oriental rug. Use whatever rug really helps reify your design style over near your vanity if your bathroom is large enough. If not, don't be afraid to use a printed rug. I think this is the opportunity to use the printed rug and be very, very excited about it because that's how you're going to get the fun pattern in the waterproof capacity. Again, the best way to make your bathroom look luxurious is to view everything as decor and turn that decor into something functional. You have to have function all throughout your bathroom. Keep everything functional. There's no reason to decant your products and things like that. That takes too much time. It's not functional, and then you just have to store even more stuff. Instead, I want you to have pretty containers and trays for things that need containers and trays, and then just make wise decisions when you're selecting those items you're gonna have no matter what. So choose the acrylic squatty potty. Choose the fun drink table for your toilet paper as opposed to the ugly toilet paper stand that says, oh, wipe your butt. You know, instead of choosing the ugly bath rug, choose the one that looks like a beautiful piece of art. Just be very intentional with choosing things that are pretty instead of things that are just functional, and I promise you, your bathroom is going to look like $1,000,000. I hope you're walking away from today's video feeling like you can have the bathroom of your dreams, and I have linked all of my favorite peel and stick wallpapers and other bathroom items down in the description box so that you can go check them out. I know that a lot of the tips were for small bathrooms, but these apply to any bathrooms, and I do recognize that I didn't film this in a small bathroom because my small bathroom is too dark and I haven't applied these rules yet, but don't worry, I will get around to that soon. If you liked today's video, please consider smashing that subscribe button and pushing that like button so that I know you like this video and I keep creating content quite like this. But until next time, have a beautiful day.